So welcome to Rest of Designs, guys. In the last week's video I left you guys hanging, and the reason why, because it was a really long video and I had to break it up into two. So this is part 8, second chapter of part 8. This is basically the end, the finale. We're going to hopefully get this car running, and then that's it. As far as I'm concerned, the car is done, but I'll explain that to you at the end of the video and what I've done to this, and give you a total recap, an overview of what's been done to this. And again, guys, a big thank you for the last video. I can't believe how many people actually bought stuff off the website. It seems to be, I wouldn't say flying off the shelves, but things are definitely moving. Traffic is going to the website. Thank you very much, guys. Now I'm going to try and put some more information on the website so you guys can find more useful information on the website. I found a few workshop manuals, Mark II and Mark III, with like little bits of information, a few pictures and a few details. So hopefully this will become, the restofdesigns.com website will become a bit of a hub of a bit of information if you guys need it as well. I'm also going to put up a lot of the A2 wiring diagrams up there for the fuse box and stuff, just in case one day that website might go down or people can't find that. I'm also going to put that on that website. I'm going to kind of try and accumulate as much info as I can from other websites and information, and just kind of compile it into one website. As far as wiring diagrams are concerned, and technical data and data sheets and stuff like that, but it's gonna be a slow process. So, you know, give me some time to kind of get it done. I'm gonna set it up on the web page. Maybe by this week when you see the video, there'll be a section for it, and there may be a few images up on there, a few bits and pieces on there. But like I said, guys, check out the store. It helps me out, gets rid of the stuff that I've got laying around in the workshop that I've hoarded over the years, as well as helps you guys out with some rare bits and pieces or bits you may need to finish your project. So like I said, help me out, guys. I've got loads of stuff. I'm a bit of a hoarder, and I've got loads of stuff actually on the website. So I've got my own website, it's restofdesigns.com. There's a for sale section in there, there's a shop in there, there's loads of items, Mark II, Mark III bits. You know, there's loads of bits you may need, as well as I need to get rid of some of this stuff. I've got loads of stuff. So we're going to start off with the wiring that's here. So this is basically what I start off with. These are looms that I get from like a Polo 6N or an Ibiza, actually closer to the Mark II, which is the Ibiza 6K, the early ones. And this is what it comes with, that's what it looks like. And I kind of remove what's not needed, electric window bits and bobs off the wiring, and simple it down to your basic Mark II loom, basically. So this is the benefit of those cars is, as you can see, it's an original loom. It's got the Mark II style switches. So, and it's also a CE2 fuse box car. So all you're left with once I've done the conversion is you've got, for the left and the right, actually mentioning that this also fits right-hand drive and left-hand drive cars, fits any car. You just basically just invert this over. The distance between the switches and the relay fuse boxes are the same left to right, so it doesn't make any difference at all. Now you're left with 4 wires, which is really straightforward really. So you've got the brown, which is earth, that is constant 12. Then you've got the black and yellow wire, which is ignition 12. And this grey and blue wire is just for the illumination, basically connect it to the illumination wire. I've left the Mark III style plugs in there because some people may have actually done some kind of conversion on there, but it's really quite simple. You just plug and play, and you plug this into your C2 fuse box. Now you can also fit this again into a C1 fuse box. This actually fits any Mark II really. Again, you just cut the plugs off and you'll find the appropriate wires: earth, constant 12, ignition 12, illumination, and there you have it. Obviously the regulators will be different, but these are pretty much the same. Now, funny enough, these come with these plugs. Now, depending on what kind of year your car is, what kind of, you know, aftermarket window regulators you've got, they come with different plugs. Some just come with connectors, some come with these kind of plugs. I generally put these plugs on them, but you may need to end up actually converting it over to adapt what regulators you have. So unfortunately you do need to do a bit of work. It isn't 100% a plug and play loom, but you know, you have a loom, it's OEM, and it works. And I find maybe with this variable resistor fuse, it seems to work a little bit better than the original actually Mark II looms. I don't know if it's maybe the cabling is just newer or thicker gauge or something to do with this bit here, but it works. It seems to go up that slight bit faster. So yep, these are on the website, guys. I've got a few sets of these, so be quick because they won't be on there forever. And moving along is Mark III front bracket for an O2A or an O2J conversion. If you've got like an 8 valve GTI Mark III and you want to put a 20 valve in it or something, you can't, because you need this bracket. So these brackets are perfect for your Mark III. I sell these basic, just the brackets, and if you want the option of the bolts can be sold separately, or as a conjunction you might be able to actually click and pay extra to get the bolts. These bolts are longer than your O201s, your rod change boxes. So yeah, you need to get these bolts. These bolts, there's some guys on eBay selling these bolts for like £20, which is crazy, just for 3 bolts or even 2 bolts. I don't think they even supply this one. Not that it's a special bolt really, but yeah, you know, it's you know, grab yourself a deal with these. I've got a couple of these in stock as well. And moving over to the last bit that's actually going up there, which is, this is off a Type 19. This is the early Type without the central console. Normally they actually come with like a little kind of tray there. They don't actually come with the ashtray, which is quite cool. Just got like a little tray you could put like little trinkets in, bits and bobs, money or change or whatever it is. But yeah, if you're going for that clean look, or you have a Type 19 and you want to get rid of the central console, you want to make it look retro, this is the perfect retro piece for your interior, guys, with the ashtray and stuff as well. It's pretty cool, and that's again up on there. This is quite hard to find, it's quite rare in this kind of condition. All right, back to the video. Now back onto this. Guys, I left you hanging last week, sorry, because it was a really long video, so I had to cut it up into 2, which will be the finale for this car, as far as you guys are concerned, as far as I'm concerned. For this kind of part of it, it's basically getting it done. This isn't going to be a completion of a project, it's a customer's car. He wanted the install to be done, which is the engine and the running gear and all those bits and pieces, and that's all I'm kind of dealing with or in charge of. So there was kind of budget constraints and time constraints with this, but on the whole I'm pretty happy on how it's worked out and how it's going to work out. But yeah, let's get on to this and show you what I've done so far from the last video. So the main difference from the last video is actually sitting on all 4 wheels now with the suspension at a more decent height, because it was silly low. Also with the longer track rod ends, so there's pointing, that's towing out and that's towing in, so it's perfect. So I've done this more or less with a bit of string, but you still need to get the camber done and stuff. I haven't really, it's just to get him rolling out of here onto a trailer. As you can see now, the front bumper's on with the lower panel missing the grille, indicator's on and the grille's on, which isn't in the greatest condition, as you guys can see. But again, it's just to get it out here. I'm sure he's going to be dealing with this when he gets the whole bodywork done. Now, one of the other biggest differences from last week's video is you can see there's antifreeze actually in the bottle. There was actually a few little leaks that I had to sort out off camera, so that's all done. And it's all looking very good now. Now moving back onto the dashboard inside here. Pretty much the same as it was. There is a few more wires, so I've actually put the heater blower wires in, and now I've just got wiring the actual brake warning light that sits on the dash. That's the next thing to be done, and then that's it. And then we can get the dash in, put the vents in, get the dash in. Also going to run the vacuum tube to the brake servo pipe, which is for the clocks, because this ECU, the 8 valve, doesn't run off vacuum. That's why it has the air mass meter, whereas the ABF runs off a vacuum meter off there. And then literally put it all up and crank it up, and let's see if it runs. So this is the dash, guys, that he's given me. It's missing the vents and stuff, but I guess he's gonna have to sort those out. I'm just gonna fit the main body of it on. As you can see, the condition of this is really bad. I'm gonna give it a clean though. I can't put it in like this, even though the guy's a detailer. He'll do a much better job than me, but yeah, I'm just gonna give it a clean on the inside as well. It's got all the little holders for the wiring clips and stuff, so that's all fine. I do notice that that's full length. That one's shorter. I don't know if that's actually gonna protrude through. Just gonna have to test it and see. Hopefully I can still get a knot on that. And that's about it. I'm also gonna definitely get the hose out and clean the vents out to make sure they're all dust and smell free. Gonna get some detergent, spray it all in there, multi-purpose cleaner, and get it as clean as I can. Well, I guess gotta start somewhere, gotta start now. So it's definitely looking a lot better after a clean and a bit of treatment on them. All right, so the dash is definitely looking a lot better than it was, as you guys can see, after a nice clean and a bit of product on there. Get it looking as best as it can. All right, let me show you what I've done on the... So I've removed the clocks. I've also pushed through the vacuum pipe, put a black nylon one instead of the scummy white one that was there. I've also put the vents in place, so at least they're all done now. So it's a matter of also, I know the owner's watching this, so this is for the owner actually. So this red wire is the permanent for the radio, and this plug here has got a brown wire, which is an earth, and the black and red wire, or the red and black wire, is the key 12 for your radio, mate. So there you go. All right, let's get the dash in now then. So the dashboard is all in, the clocks are all in, everything's in, more or less. Also now in the engine bay, I needed to tidy up just a few little bits before we get to the point of actually starting it and actually getting the lid for it. And I really aced the lid and the mounting. I didn't realise the orientation was this way around, but yeah, it sits perfectly as it should at 90 to the engine with the lid. With that mark, it could have been slightly off. I didn't really realise. Also widened the switch, as well as there was a vacuum, or there would have been a vacuum leak, because this goes down to the fuel pressure regulator vacuum connector, so that's done there. Also there would have been another vacuum leak which would have come off the servo, which goes to the clocks, which I've put a black nylon to there, so the clocks now, there's another vacuum leak plugged in to the clocks there. As you can see, all looking good. So now, moment of truth, guys. Now, before I actually connect this terminal, I'm gonna update you guys where this leaves me with this project. This will be the end. Once I connect that onto there, it fires, it runs, it starts. That's it. Project's over. As far as videos are concerned, I'm more or less with this car. This car came, Project Joker, for me to sort out the running gear, 5/100, and get it all serviced, and kind of new discs, new pads, whatever it is, kind of get it ready for an inspection, road legal, or road worthy, should I say. And also do the engine conversion, which obviously involved, if you guys have followed all 8 parts, it's the engine, the gearbox, to an O2A gearbox with cable shifters and all the rest of it. Also with the loom and hiding the loom and extending all of that kind of stuff, as well as converting the car from a C2, converting the car from a C1 to C2. That's all done. Yep, so once that runs, that's it, the end of the video, guys, because basically what's going to happen is, what's left on the car is nothing that's really video worthy, which is basically running through all the checks, make sure there's no brake leaks, double checking all the bolts, triple checking all the bolts, marking them, because that also has to always get done, taking the car for a drive around the block, warming it up, making sure there's no issues with the engine, no oil leaks, no coolant leaks, the fan comes on, all the gauges work, all the bulbs work. That really isn't worthy of a video. That's a pretty boring video if there was one. But yeah, let's see now, connect the positive terminal. Whew, moment of truth, guys. That's a good sign. All right, guys. I can't see this not really starting up on the first go. Let's see. Let's prime the pump a few times. Well, I can see the coils getting current because the RPM jumps up. Okay, fuse box is down. Let's see what happens. So there you have it, guys. It runs, it's loud, but it runs. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like if you like these videos. Check out the website, wrestlerdesigns.com. All right, guys, peace out. See you next week.